From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, welcome into another edition of The Horse's Mouth here on Buzz TV at Tommy Max, back in my bar and brought to you by our good friends at truckcrashlaw.com and The Carpet Man. I'm very excited. It's going to be a great segment. Why? Because we're talking football, man. We're talking Sharks. The Shocks are here in the studio, and let's get into it. Our hometown team. Head coach Jason Gibson is here. Hey, Jason, how are you, coach?
Doing good, boss.
Good to see you.
Doing
and
good.
Kamrin Solomon, how are you?
Nice to meet you.
Thanks for taking the time for being here, man. You guys are 3-2.
Yeah.
Close on the two losses. Maybe woulda, shoulda, coulda. Could be 4-1, could be 5-0, but whatever.
Well,
You're 3-2, and you got your destiny in your hands, coach. What do you think?
No, I agree, but I mean, I hate the 2 losses. Trust me, that's killing me. But sometimes if we hadn't had those losses, you don't make the corrections needed to get to where you're at.
That's right.
And that's not a way to kind of make yourself feel better. That's legitimately true.
Yep.
If you pull those games out, maybe you don't make certain changes.
Sure.
And we did make changes, and we're a hell of a lot better now than we were a week ago.
You know, sometimes you got to lose to win.
To win,
right?
yeah.
To figure out how do we lose that one? Let's not do that again, right, Kamrin?
Right.
Yep.
You're the wide receiver, the stud wide receiver, I'm told. What are you averaging 10 touchdowns a game, 300 yards, something like that? Something like that.
Just try to make it
And you're
happen.
from Jacksonville. You went to Mandarin High School.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes,
played
sir.
college ball at FAU.
Yes, sir.
How'd you get to the Sharks? Let's start with that.
2019, coming out of, Canadian camp and
Okay.
trying to get into spring league and all that good stuff.
Okay.
Actually, I got hit up by a good friend of mine, Charlie Hunt, who used to play for the
Oh,
Sharks.
yeah, I know Charlie. Yeah, of
Reached
course.
out, asked if I was still playing ball, and I was like, at this point, it's that, that divider point in your life, are you going to continue on with football or not? And I was
Yeah.
like, let's give it another shot.
Heck
And
yeah.
played arena football, played my first game, fell in love with it.
Yeah.
I think the fan interactions what really drew me in.
So Canadian football spread out more, right?
Yeah.
And then what you're
Very more
playing is
condensed,
now back.
yes.
Like,
Yeah.
how's that different for a wideout? You're worried about going over the middle more, or what? They're all
it's
condensed.
quicker. I think the
take
biggest
off
thing that
quicker,
you have
but-
to adjust to is it being quicker.
Yeah.
Timing and everything like that. But at the end of the day, football's football, if you ask me. Throw the ball, catch the ball, score the ball. So
Yep.
it's that simple.
Run over people, make a miss, and take it to the house.
That's what he does now. He's the grinder. He's the throw the ball in space, give him the rock, and
Yeah.
he's going to run over somebody, make somebody miss.
Yeah.
He's been grinding it out.
When did he impress you? How early?
Uh,
I mean, where you said, like, all right, this kid's going to be a player, I can tell.
You know what? Him sitting here, honestly, I hadn't watched a lot of film.
Yeah.
I knew he was a good ball player.
Right.
I watched maybe 2 or 3 clips from the season before when I first took the job and we met.
Yeah.
But we did a community promotion at Bartram Trails.
The test.
I
Okay.
tested him.
The
It was a check presentation,
Okay.
and I said, I need you to do the check presentation. I was trying to figure out who my leaders were going to be, and
Sure.
he showed up dressed to a 9,
Yep.
early, stayed with the kids, did the check presentation,
Nice.
stayed the whole time, and it was kind of a mental test for me of who can I count on.
Yeah.
And
Who
then-
can you trust?
Yeah.
And you
how we
passed
got
with flying colors, Kamrin. Nice
Yes, sir.
job.
Yes,
Did you
sir.
know it was a test going in? Or?
I kind of figured. I had a couple conversations with Coach Gibson. I could tell he's a guy of business,
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, there's a business aspect to the game too. So you
Sure.
have to approach it as such. So
Okay.
took advantage of that opportunity.
Okay, so 9 games to go,
9
right?
to go.
Before we start the
Playoffs.
championship playoff rounds, right? We're going to San Antonio next.
Big game, man. They're 5-0. That's who we
They're
lost to.
5-0.
5-0.
Yeah,
Lost to
one
them at one
1-point game.
point at home.
Yep.
Oh, I'm feeling
excited.
I'm smelling some blood in this
Oh,
one.
yeah,
It's
trust
going to
me.
be a bloodbath in this
I'm
one.
excited for this one.
Absolutely. You guys have been scoring ridiculous amounts of points. You told me it was your highest scoring offense ever, and you've been in the game for how long?
I mean, I've been doing this a long time, and so since '99, and so I've never been on a team that's been putting up these kind of numbers.
Yep.
And
Consistently.
consistently,
Yeah.
and we're not really doing what we need to be doing on special teams yet. That's
Okay.
what's even scary.
Okay.
So I think we saw that. We signed a new kicker.
Okay.
Just got cut from the CFL from Columbia, Marco Roscoe. He's unbelievable.
Okay, good.
Unbelievable. So he'll add points to that 70 we're already
Yeah.
getting.
Definitely.
Wow.
So
Absolutely. So the offense is high powered. What are you like? Hey man, just throw it up and I'll go get it. I mean, obviously you got plays to run. You got to be on point with your routes.
Honestly, it's schematic. We find matchups and then
That's a
we
good
have
word.
Yeah, we find matchups to just take advantage of it. It's really simple. He's done a very good job of making the game plan and adjusting it week to week to who we're playing, and then really finding open spots. It's not too many throw it up and go get it situations. It's a lot of we're gonna get down the field and we're gonna go score.
Isn't the game going? I mean, on all levels, the game going that way. Like schematically, get your guys open, find them. It's not like, hey, guys on top, you still got to do it. Just beat them.
Yeah.
Run your route, and you're going to beat them, set them up, whatever. And there's a lot of that today, but it seems like in every level, it seems like, hey, we're gonna get you open. Just make sure you catch the rock. And
sometimes we don't want to overthink it. We'll draw stuff up that coaches do this all the time, man. You'll get on the board, you get too much time on your hands, you're done with the practice. If we do this, if we do that, I just got a phone call from the quarterback before we got here.
Okay.
Hey, check out this clip from this game and tell me what you think. And I looked at it and I said, we already have that. It's just out of a different formation.
Yeah.
Right.
It's the same spots on the field.
Okay.
And you can't change that.
Right.
There's only so many spots on an arena field. It's just a matter of how do you get there, and how do you do matchups, and he does this, I do that. It's real kind of simple.
Yep. What's your favorite route?
Ooh.
In this league, post.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Send them deep, baby.
Post.
Yeah. Go up top.
Go get it.
I love it. Go get it. No doubt about it. How about blocking? You think they got a block in?
Oh, absolutely.
Arena?
No, I think the hardest thing in this league, the thing that can keep.
I didn't mean like you don't block it. I didn't mean like that.
No,
but like as a receiver.
No, that's what I'm
You
saying.
have to, though.
The number one play
of the game.
that I would say every team runs is any kind of bubble to any kind of screen to the receiver. You got a guy coming in high motion.
Yeah.
And he's going to blow you up. We throw the ball out to the receiver real quick. That 5 yards, 5 yards, 5 yards, man, that stuff adds up.
Yeah.
And they're drive extenders.
Absolutely.
And if they're not, if the receiver's not blocking.
Yeah. No,
if they're blocking,
it's
tough.
And it helps too because the DB can't sit back in those situations.
Right.
If you have a team that's aggressive, guys that are going to get out and block, and we get 5 to 10 yards every time we throw a screen. Screen is an extension of a run play in arena ball.
Gotcha.
So originally you want to get 2-3 yards. You're getting 5-10 yards a pop. They're going to come down, and that's when the deep balls come.
We've thrown him a couple screens. He took to the house.
Nice.
So from quarterback, he throws it 3 yards. He gets 44 yards on his stats.
Nice. Love it. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Now, do you play defense too?
I did last year. I did at the beginning of this year. Unfortunately, we ran into a couple situations to where I had to go to offensive specialist. But at the end of the day, if I need to, I'll go do it.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of guys play both ways?
Well, in our league, you get 2 guys on offense and 2 guys on defense that are specialists.
Gotcha.
They don't have to go both ways.
Okay.
So he doesn't have to. Plus, he pulls a line, man. Takes every rep on scout team.
All right. So when your team scores 70 offense,
Better win.
and your defense gives up 65, what do you say to the defense? Hey, man, good job.
Hey, good job.
Hey, we won. He just held them to less than what we scored.
I mean, it's offensive oriented.
It's
I mean,
just
the
all
defense is supposed to be scored on. So if you get a couple stops, it's all you can ask for. I can't ask for you get a 28-35 type score from your defense. That's a hell of a game. Now we're passing out awards and we're celebrating and partying. But
the ball gets out so quick. Like, how do you even disrupt a QB? Can you?
You can't that's kind of one of the things we did this week. 8-gap pressure.
Okay.
You got to get in his
Up
face.
the middle, yeah. Get him,
there's so many
collapse the
3-step drops to run the loop.
Get him off his mark.
Waste of time.
Yeah.
Our goal is move him off his mark.
Yep.
Sometimes you can take the defensive ends and you can't drop them, but you can rush in the pass lane.
Yeah.
And work with the DB. So now you're taking away multiple passes.
So those 4 have to rush. It's 4, right? The 3 and then the backer.
Yeah, they got.
They all have to rush.
They got to go.
Yeah, that backer and that fullback, man, they have some collisions, boy. That's all they
Man, that takes a special person to
do
that.
No kidding.
Really,
Run into him 100 times a game.
Right. That's
Hopefully
a hard
you don't
position.
get a headache.
We carry 3 of them.
Wow,
because you have to. I mean, I just can imagine that pounding through 20 weeks of the season and practice and training camp, and that's tough.
What do you like about Coach? What's his best attribute?
You don't have to kiss up. You already
No.
I mean,
this is something I told him already, though. It's just as far as coming in the structure, it's easy to get lackadaisical in this game. There's a lot of hype around it on game day specifically, but the day-to-day management, and he keeps us organized. He keeps us on point, everything. We know what's coming this week. There's no.
I love it.
And at the end of the day, if there is something that pops up, we got to adapt and adjust. So I like the fact that he's organized. I think that's the most important thing.
I think guys really appreciate that too.
Definitely.
I mean, I'll go back to Coughlin when I played for you. Just knew what to expect every day. You knew what the really tough, challenging days were going to be. You knew what the still challenging, but not as tough. Like Wednesday was ridiculous. Friday,
tomorrow's going to be tough.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Our Tuesdays are
tough.
Tuesdays are tough. Tuesdays are the big boy practice, and they know it.
Yeah. It's correction day, and it's getting into the next week. So
Tuesdays are long.
How about the relationship with the QB? It's got to be a pretty good one. Does it matter? On the field it does, but does off
Last
the field?
week was my first week playing with this guy specifically.
Okay.
So we've gone through a couple different quarterbacks since the beginning of the season. Fortunately, we've had the success that we've had. And that's the thing. That's why he kind of made the comment that he made as far as we're not even at 100% where we should be.
Yeah.
And we're putting up the numbers that we're putting up.
Yeah.
Last week was the first week we got with this guy.
Okay.
Young dude, but he has some experience in the arena game, has won championships. So the flow is nice. You know, I can't complain about that. So I think every day it's getting better.
Good. How about the O-line, Coach? What are they like as far as?
Well, it's crazy because our guys have to go two ways.
So those guys do have to play.
Well, I only have 2 true O-linemen.
Okay. Well.
Because O-linemen, no disrespect to big dudes, they can't pass rush.
Right.
So I have mostly defensive linemen so we can pass rush, and then they learn how to play offensive line. Mm-hmm. That's the way to do it. We've played some teams that went out and got to 6. We got 2 teams. They had 6'7", 350, and 6'6", 340. But then when they have to play defense, and you watch the kickoff team, we're not blocked. We don't on our kickoff return. We don't block the bigs.
Yeah.
They're not even in the factor because they're just kind of.
They haven't even passed 10 yards by the time you catch the ball.
So tired.
Right.
So I really go with mostly D linemen, and then we can kind of control it too. So when I look out there and there's a certain defensive lineman out there that's not a strong pass guy, then we run the screen game. We run the 3-step. We run slip screens and tight end pops, and we run the things to isolate that pass rush. When I get my big boys out there, then we go 50s. We throw the ball down the field.
Yeah.
Like that.
So I know you mentioned off air you got a somewhat new kicker, right?
Yes.
So you had to let your old kicker go.
Yeah.
I read where the Jags let go their kicker today.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, for Brandon McManus, they brought him in. I just want to know, take people inside when you have to let somebody go. Now, obviously, if it's a problem guy, that's probably easier than
that's easy.
The guys that are good guys. They want to be there, but they're just, for whatever reason, not fitting into the team.
I mean,
how tough is that?
It's hard, and I've learned a lot of coaches are like this. This is a long conversation. I'm going to make it really short because you have people that you still have a heart.
Yep.
Because I've been in those shoes. I've been on that side of the chair.
Yeah, me too.
And you know what it's like.
Yep.
And one thing I always respected, or one thing I didn't respect, is if somebody kind of dragged it out, or hey Tom, look, we really like you, but we're going to just pull the Band-Aid, man. Here's why. And so I had to make a tough decision with a kicker.
Yep.
That was the players loved the guy.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Yeah. Really good dude. But
business, though.
It's business,
Ultimately.
and this game, you can kick the deuce.
Yep.
So we've had a lot of touchdowns. That means that's a lot of kickoff. We've had 51 kickoffs this year.
Holy cow.
In 5 games.
Wow.
We've made 2 deuces.
Wow. Yeah.
So you could go 6 for 10 on extra points and make 3 deuces.
Right.
And score more points in the game than if you go 10 for 10 on extra points and no deuces.
Right.
And it is what it is.
Right.
So, luckily I got him on another team. We traded him to a spot because I wanted him to continue to play.
Yep.
He deserved to play. We're going to play him next week.
Yeah.
And he's probably going to do well. It is what it is. But that's what's best for him. It's not what's best for the Sharks.
Right.
And you keep those relationships, and you try to keep it as professional as you can. You just be honest with people.
Yeah. It's like the crown. You got to protect the Sharks. That's number one,
You got to
right?
protect it.
Got to protect the organization, the shield, and
it
make
is.
sure it's good. Well, I wish you guys nothing but the best of luck, man. I love.
Got to get you out there. I got to get you out there.
Bring me out. I'd love to talk to the team or just even hang out, whatever. I'll come check you guys out. It'll be a lot of fun. You go to San Antonio this weekend?
San Antonio this weekend, come back Monday, and then hit Friday to West Texas.
Good. Good for you guys, man. I hope you go on a run here. Get on a run and get it going. Kamrin, for you, I commend you, man, because I was that guy. At 25, I got offered to try out for the Jags. And I said yes right away, but there was that moment where I've been cut twice.
Yeah.
Then you go for it.
Yeah.
You always got to go for it. So keep playing, my man.
Yes, sir. I
as
appreciate
much as
that.
you can. Great
Thank
to
you.
have you on the show. Coach, you're the man. Thanks so much for being here,
man.
and best of luck. Hey, if you haven't been to a Sharks game, go out to the Sharks game. It's an awesome environment, a lot of high action, a lot of scoring, and just a lot of good hometown fun. We wish the Sharks nothing but the best. Make sure you check out the Sharks and the profiles and this great conversation we just had and many others at iwannabuzz.com. So until next time, y'all stay safe out there and be cool. We'll see you right here on the Horse's Mouth. Cheers.